to have a
What if I
box full,
told you
yeah.
that one of the most
Some
casually
prototype box
dismissed
full,
statements
best
from
down in
years
South
ago
Texas.
just became the most shocking housing announcement of this year? Picture this. The housing crisis that's been crushing millions of Americans might actually be coming to an end. You see, there was this moment in a podcast where someone mentioned having a prototype dwelling down in South Texas, and most people just brushed it off as another random comment. But then came the hint that really caught my attention. Sometimes these wild theories actually turn out to be true. Well, guess what? It's finally happening. We're talking about a Tesla tiny house that costs just over $7,000, comes with solar-powered features, gets built in a factory, and here's the kicker, some people might be able to own it for absolutely nothing up front. I know that sounds crazy, but stick with me here. Hey everyone, I'm Danny, and if you've been following the housing market lately, you know that home ownership feels like a distant dream for so many people right now. The timing of what I'm about to show you couldn't be more perfect. But what really makes this whole thing a game changer goes way beyond just the timing. In today's video, we're going to dive deep into the shocking engineering secrets behind Tesla's newest creation. I'll break down exactly what's inside this futuristic house, explain who might actually get it for free, and show you why this could be the housing revolution we've all been waiting for. If you've ever dreamed of owning your own home, escaping those monthly rent payments, or living completely off-grid with total freedom, this video might just change your entire future. Before we jump in, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button right now. Ring the bell too, because we're racing toward our goal of reaching subscribers. And honestly, the future we're about to discuss won't happen without people like you being part of this community. So here's the big question that everyone's asking. How in the world can Tesla build a tiny house for just over $7,000? At first glance, it sounds absolutely impossible, right? I mean, how could anyone build a livable, hurricane-tested, off-grid home for that price when the average prefab house in America costs somewhere between $55,000 and $80,000? The secret lies in something pretty brilliant, Tesla's revolutionary approach to manufacturing homes exactly like they manufacture cars. Think about it for a second. Tesla took their Gigafactory expertise and applied it directly to housing construction. Instead of building homes one by one on construction sites like everyone else does, they're mass-producing them on automated assembly lines. This single innovation slashes labor costs by almost half compared to traditional construction methods. Here's where it gets really interesting. When you can produce 20 homes in the time it takes to build one traditional house, the economics completely flip upside down. But the real game changer here is Tesla's material innovation. They've developed this new recyclable compressed fiber composite that costs 3/4 less than traditional lumber and weighs almost half as much as steel. Are you starting to see how this could work? This technology is actually based on proven Tesla solar tile technology that they've adapted specifically for walls, insulation, and even built-in furniture. The material performs better than traditional building supplies while costing just a fraction of the price. Tesla's also partnered with Boxable, which is this Las Vegas startup that specializes in foldable flat-pack homes. These houses literally fold flat for shipping, which means a single flatbed truck can deliver a complete home for just over $1,000 compared to $5,000 for traditional prefab delivery. When you can ship 10 houses in the space normally required for 2, transportation costs just plummet. The material science gets even more impressive when you look at Tesla's use of magnesium oxide for wall construction. This eco-friendly compound provides fire resistance, mold resistance, and guarantees a 50-year lifespan while cutting material costs by a quarter compared to traditional drywall and insulation systems. Every single component is engineered for maximum durability at minimum cost. With robotic production, Tesla's automated assembly line reduces labor costs from around $45,000 per traditional home to just under $3,000. When robots handle almost all of the construction process, human labor becomes a minor expense rather than the largest cost factor. While traditional homes require anywhere from $150 to $200 per square foot to build, Tesla's tiny house costs just $20 per square foot. With the house being 375 square feet, that gets us to that magical price point of just over $7,000. Here's what's even more shocking. Early production and testing is happening right now in secret facilities across multiple states. At Tesla's Gigafactory Nevada, positioned strategically near Boxable's facility, over 500 units have undergone extreme stress testing. We're talking about surviving hurricane-force winds, major earthquakes, and temperature extremes from way below freezing to well over 100 degrees. The results? 0 structural failures across all test scenarios. Recent satellite imagery from Gigafactory reveals even more compelling evidence. Tesla has already produced and field-tested dozens of units in diverse environments, including Arizona deserts and upstate New York winters. These units passed wind resistance tests, demonstrated 30-year waterproof roofing performance, and showed 0 thermal leakage over 24 hours in freezing conditions. Do you think this kind of testing gives you confidence in the product? Even some public social media posts have hinted at this early production stage. Auxible posted some cryptic content teasing their early testing phases, and industry insiders are buzzing about Tesla's aggressive production timeline. The plan is to ramp up production to 15,000 units per quarter by mid-next year, with pre-orders possibly opening before the official launch. Tesla has already deployed pilot units near SpaceX's Starbase facility in Texas throughout this past year for employee housing, and the feedback from real-world usage is shaping the final consumer design. Based on Tesla's proven rollout timeline from announcement to delivery, industry experts predict a public release by next year's third quarter. The manufacturing infrastructure is being built now, the materials have been proven, and the testing phase is nearly complete. Picture this scenario. By next summer, you could be living in a Tesla tiny house with no monthly rent payments, no compromises on quality, just complete housing freedom for less than the cost of most people's annual rent. Are you ready to be one of the first residents to receive this house? Comment if you're ready to take this leap. Now, I know what you're thinking, how can a tiny house this small actually be practical and livable? With over 11 million Americans over the age of 50 struggling under crushing rent, including veterans, retirees, and working-class families, Tesla has delivered a home that's not only affordable, remarkably livable. The Tesla Tiny House is a fully functional, smart modular space engineered for maximum utility, dignity, and comfort. The base unit unfolds into a studio layout packed with intelligence. Inside you'll find a fold-out sofa bed, a kitchenette with a two-burner induction cooktop, a full-size microwave, a fridge, and a bathroom equipped with a shower and a low-flow toilet. But here's where the brilliance really shows. A Murphy bed system instantly adds 89 square feet of usable space during the day. Ceiling heights reach over 10 feet, creating the visual perception of a space that's almost half again as large as traditional tiny homes. Tesla's automotive storage technology also adds over 100 cubic feet of hidden compartments, while the kitchen island morphs into a 6-person dining table, then foots again into a workspace. And now for the real shocker, 3 bedrooms in a space this small. Yes, you heard that right. The primary suite uses smart glass walls that shift from transparent to opaque on command. A modular guest pod slides out using electromagnetic tracks, expanding floor space when needed. Above, a children's loft drops down via Tesla's Falcon Wing mechanism. Between each zone, Tesla has embedded sound dampening technology borrowed from the Model S, achieving an 89% noise reduction and delivering real privacy in a compact space. Inside the Tesla Tiny House is also a self-sustaining ecosystem. Tesla's closed-loop water recycling system captures and reuses almost all water. A 7-stage grey water processor repurposes kitchen and bathroom water for garden irrigation. The roof captures hundreds of gallons of water annually with a 72-hour emergency reserve built in. For waste management, composting toilets reduce waste by over 90%, and an organic food processor handles all leftover food, turning it into fertilizer. Tesla even added 24 square feet of vertical garden space, which can produce over 150 pounds of vegetables per year. Yes, you can literally grow your own food in this thing. Power is absolutely no issue. The solar roof generates more energy than the house needs, storing it in a Tesla Powerwall that gives 7 days of autonomy, even if the grid goes down completely. And here's what truly makes it a game changer for America mobility. Tesla's home unfolds in just 1 hour with 2 people and basic tools. No concrete, no cranes, no waiting. While traditional homes take 6 to 12 months to build, Tesla's is ready in 1 day. It can be transported on the flatbed, towed by even a Tesla or any standard truck. Imagine skipping the $15,000 moving bill. Want to move from Seattle to Austin? Take your home with you. With almost half of Americans relocating regularly and urban rents rising over 15% annually, this is more than a solution, it's survival. Whether in rural Texas, snowy upstate New York, or coastal California, this house adapts to any lifestyle, any weather, and any dream. This is what it means to own your future. Is this truly a game changer in 375 square feet? Type game changer in the comments if you agree. If you're enjoying this breakdown and want to stay updated on all the latest auto intel news, make sure you subscribe to our channel. We're working hard to build this community and reach our goal of subscribers, and your support means everything to us. Now, here's the part that might sound too good to be true. How will Tesla make this house free for many Americans? Right now, 70% of American cities enforce outdated zoning laws that ban tiny homes on technicalities, requiring permanent foundations or minimum lot sizes. In cities like Los Angeles, only 15% of zones legally allow tiny homes without a lengthy variance process that can cost thousands of dollars. To make it worse, a recent poll revealed that over half of Americans still associate tiny houses with temporary shelters or trailers, not real homes. To address this stigma head-on, Tesla is now actively lobbying for zoning reforms in cities like Austin and Reno, with early pilot programs aiming to expand legal zoning access for tiny homes by 30% by next year. Meanwhile, Tesla isn't waiting for laws to catch up. They're building communities. In Austin, Texas, Tesla received approval for a tiny house village as a living demonstration. In Nevada, a massive Tesla planned town is in the works with full municipal support. And in California, Tesla is partnering with the State Housing Authority for a staggering 23,000 unit project aimed at low-income and eco-conscious residents. Tesla is also striking deals with thousands of RV parks to host their tiny homes legally and immediately. Through the Tesla app, homeowners with unused land can now rent out plots directly to tiny house owners, while corporations across dozens of campuses are planning on-site Tesla housing for staff. Legal access is only one piece. Tesla is attacking the financial barrier with the same playbook that made solar affordable, a zero-down microloan model. They're rolling this out at 0% interest. That's just over $100 per month for 5 years, which is less than most Americans pay for their phone. There's even a less-to-own plan with full ownership after 7 years and a total cost of just over $10,000. Tesla is also expected to follow a deposit model, potentially allowing reservations for as little as $500. Stack that with government incentives, and things get really wild. Under the federal solar tax credit, buyers instantly save over $2,000. Add the sustainable housing credit for another $3,500. Then there are state programs. California offers $5,000 in rebates, New York offers up to $8,000 through their energy authority, and even utility companies provide an average of almost $2,000 in cashback rebates. For many buyers, these programs add up to more than the cost of the house itself. Now here's the biggest curveball. There are rumors of a Tesla Home for All initiative, similar to how Tesla gave away hundreds of free solar systems a couple years ago. Insiders report that the company is considering gifting entire homes to early adopters, sustainable communities, and SpaceX employees. Corporations are also on board, as over 100 companies have committed to buying Tesla homes as employee housing, while dozens of universities plan to create entire tiny home villages for students and faculty. Even FEMA is in talks for thousands of units for post-disaster housing. So the next time someone says a game changer is just a buzzword, ask them this: what other home can become yours for nothing but sunlight and an idea? This housing revolution starts now, and the early adopters who understand these programs will secure their piece of the American dream, while others are still paying rent. Are you ready to discover exactly when and how to get your Tesla tiny house? Drop your thoughts below and let me know what you think about this whole concept.
Is linked with Starlink
let me take a step back and recap why all of this matters so much.
Even in remote
We're looking at a housing
off-grid
crisis that's affecting millions of Americans across every age group and income level.
That syncs
Traditional
with your
solutions have failed to address the core problems of affordability, sustainability, and mobility. What Tesla has created here isn't just another housing option, it's a complete reimagining of what home ownership can look like in the modern world. The engineering innovations we've discussed today solve real problems that people face every
Found
day.
in the Model X
The financial
and
accessibility
Model S.
programs make it possible
This
for people who
multi-stage
never
HEPA
thought
system
they could own a
can
home
filter out
to actually make it happen.
99.97%
The legal and zoning
of
work that
airborne
Tesla is
particles,
doing behind the
including
scenes is
allergens,
creating pathways
wildfire
for this
smoke,
technology
and even
to actually
certain
reach
bacteria.
people where they live.
The system
Do you think
is
this kind of
capable of
comprehensive
recycling
approach
indoor
is
air
what it takes
up to
to
60
solve big
times per
problems
hour,
like housing?
making the air
I believe we're
inside
witnessing the
safer
beginning
and
of a
cleaner than
fundamental
the
shift
surrounding
in how
environment,
Americans think
which is a
about
huge
housing,
benefit for
mobility,
those living in
and financial
wildfire
freedom.
zones or
The rumors
high
are
pollution
real.
areas.
Tesla's
For those
tiny
seeking
house is
complete
about to flip
self-sufficiency,
America's housing system
Tesla
completely
offers a set
upside
of
down.
off-grid add-ons
From
that
hurricane-tested
transform
builds
the
to
tiny
off-grid
house
power,
into
from
a fully
three-bedroom
independent
configurations to
micro-habitat.
communities rising across
These
Texas,
include a
Nevada,
compact
and
gray
California.
water recycling
This isn't
system
just a
that
house,
filters used
it's a
water
movement.
from sinks and
If you're a
showers
retiree
for
chasing
reuse
freedom, a
in
veteran
toilet
looking for
flushing
stability, or a
irrigation.
family stuck paying
Comment
over
one if
$1,500
it's
a
the
month in
smart
rent for
with
a place
tap
that's
or
falling
voice
apart,
command.
this might be
Health
your
and
escape
air
route.
quality are
Will you
also
be
a
one of the
top
first to get
priority.
one, or will you be stuck watching from the sidelines while others are living the dream? And if you've made it this far in the video, it means you're exactly the kind of person this Auto Intel channel was made for. So do me one final favor, hit that subscribe button and don't just watch the future unfold, live it with us. Help us reach our goal of subscribers because this community is what makes content like this possible. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one, where we'll continue exploring the technologies that are reshaping our world.